This is MacHeads101, and today I'm going to be doing a pretty simple tutorial on how to batch download images from the internet. So I have this page on my website called Images, and basically there are 10 images. They're all different images, like of numbers from 1 to 10. Now we can right click on them and say Save Image As, and we can save each and every individual image. We can also drag them to our desktop. That is one way of doing it. But there are a lot of situations where there are a lot of images, or there's no page where you can drag and drop each of them and it would take forever. So I'm going to be showing you how to write a very simple program or script through Terminal that downloads images like this. So first of all, we want to right click on one of the images, say copy image URL, open a new tab and paste it. This will work on pretty much any browser, by the way. And you can go to each of the images and see that basically it's the word image, a 2-digit number, and then .png. And this goes up to 10. At 11, it's not found, right? So there are some images on my site. So every URL for every image starts with this. So we're just going to make a small program in Terminal that downloads these. So I'm going to open up a new Terminal window. If you don't know how to do this, you can go to /applications, or you can just go to your applications folder, open up utilities, and open up Terminal. In Terminal, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new script. So the first command you're going to want to type is cd space desktop. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is type nano space download.sh. Alright, and here we're going to be typing our code. So we start out by typing I equals quote 1 quote, then base equals quote, we copy this URL, quote, we'll say ext equals .png, and we'll do while, left bracket, I-le10, right bracket, do, and down here I'll write done in advance. And in here we're going to be writing our code, so I'll say if I-le9, then pad equals 0, else pad equals quote quote fee. Okay, and basically what this does so far is it'll go while it'll start off at 1, it'll go until it's while it's less than or equal to 10. If it's less than or equal to 9, it'll put a 0 before the rest of the text, because as we can tell, if it's less than 2 digits long, there's a 0 before the number. Now we're going to do the important stuff. We're going to say URL equals $, left curly brace, base, right curly brace, $, left curly brace, pad, right curly brace, $, left curly brace, ext, right curly brace, and then close quote. And actually, before the ext, we need a $, left curly brace, I curly brace. Now that we have URL, we're going to do an echo URL to print out the current URL we're getting. Then we'll do curl-0 URL greater than desktop slash, or not greater than desktop slash, just image I $, left curly brace, I, right curly brace, .png. And we'll say I equals tick. In order to press tick, you press the key under the escape key. Then you say expr $i plus 1. And now you'll press Control X, you'll press yes, and you'll hit enter. Now I'll type sh-download.sh, and it'll download all of the images right here onto my desktop. And it looks like it got all of them, yeah. So I have all these images, and it fetched them in a matter of a couple seconds. It might take longer depending on the size of the images, but that's basically how you download images with a file name kind of like this, where the base is still the same and the numbers are 2 digits, and there's a 0. And there are actually a lot of these situations like that you'll find like that on the internet. So the code that I wrote in Nano will be in the description. If you couldn't see very well, you might want to consider watching the video in a higher resolution. So thanks for watching MacHeads101. Subscribe, and goodbye.